All right, welcome back. In this tutorial, we're going to be working with Gimp. This activity is called 1.1.6 See-Through, and basically it's going to be a lot of work in Gimp today and understanding pixel elements. A pixel stands for picture element. It's basically the building block of every single pixel. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to the internet, and I'm going to, since it's Monday after the Super Bowl, I'm going to find an image of Super Bowl 50. And we go to images, and there it is. There's Peyton Manning, and you can get some. And what I want you to do is get one with backgrounds today, because I'm going to teach you how to cut something out of an image. You got Tom Brady, that's cool. Anybody watch the end of the game last night? No? Okay, so let me go find one. I think Von Miller was the MVP of the game. How did the Bengals get into road to 50? It's interesting. All right, so let's go ahead here and grab a picture. And we're going to go to View Image. You always want to go to View Image so that you get the best quality of the picture that you can. What I do is I right-click on it with my mouse, and I hit Save Image. And I navigate back to which folder that I want. So I'm going to say I want this to go in See-Through. And usually once you set this one time, the next time you do Save Image, it'll automatically go into that folder. Okay? So you go ahead and save the image. Now I'm going to navigate back to my folder. First name, last name. And here they are. So I'm going to look at how many pixels these are so we can talk about how much memory are these taking up. So if I click on this guy and edit with Gimp, we're going to see how big this is. That's wrong. That opened it up with Paint. You want to open it up with Gimp. Let Gimp start up. And here's that image. This image is 960 by 674 pixels. Okay? And notice if I hit Control and I start to, do you guys see the color of those pixels right there? That is a pixel. One of those little blocks right there is a pixel. There's Peyton Manning. Let's go get his eye. Let's see his eye color. That's his eye. So who understands what a pixel is? It's just a little square, and we're going to give it an RGB value. And how many bits of memory does it take for an RGB value? How many bytes does it take to represent an RGB value? 3, right? 8 bits for red, 8 bits for green, and 8 bits for blue. So every one of these takes 3 bytes of memory. So let's go back here. There's Peyton. Let's go back here. And let me go back into my file folder. I'm going to right-click on this. Now I'm going to go to the properties of Peyton Manning here. And do you guys see the size of this? Can you guys see this? What's the size of this picture? 140,208 bytes. Because it's going to take whatever that number you multiply by and multiply by 3. Because we need 3 for RGB, right? You understand how we get that? So could pictures take up a lot of memory? Absolutely. Okay? Because 3 bytes for every little square, yeah, you're going to suck up a lot of memory, and they do. Okay? So today, in this activity, I want to show you how to take a picture. I think this one's going to be a little bit better. Okay, and I want to show you how to cut Peyton Manning out and get rid of your background. Okay, does everybody have a picture up? Go ahead and download a picture now from the internet. I don't care what picture you're going to use. Let's say I wanted Peyton Manning's head to be bouncing around the sound decision, right? You guys remember that last app we did where the ball was bouncing around the screen and making sounds? So could I cut his head out here and have his head bouncing around the screen and making sounds? Sure. Okay. So here's Peyton Manning. He's going to retire. He's had a great career. Unbelievable that you get to win a Super Bowl and go out, right? That's pretty awesome. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to Windows, New Toolbox. And in this new toolbox, you guys want to select either two of these. There's two of them that I like. You can do the free select with the lasso. You guys are going to need to pay attention to this. Does everybody have an image? You guys can't spend so much time on getting an image downloaded. Yes? On Gimp? Did you save it to your folder? Save it to your folder, so I'll do this again. Okay, I'll get rid of Peyton Manning. Okay, these are all opened in Gimp. You guys got to pay attention here to get this. This is not that hard. You click on your file folder. Did you make a file folder? Okay. So you click on your file folder. I'm going to my documents, first name, last name. I know where I put my stuff. You guys with me on this? I made a folder called SeeThrough 1.1.6. Those are my images that I downloaded from the internet, right? You with me on that? I'm going to right-click on one of these. Right-click, a menu comes open, and I hit Edit with Gimp. Every one of you should have the right to edit with Gimp because Gimp is downloaded on your machine. As long as Gimp is on your machine, when you go to an image and right-click on it, it should automatically give you the option to edit with Gimp. How many people have that option? Raise your hand if you have that option to edit with Gimp. Okay, that's the easiest way. I think that is the easiest way to open up an image in Gimp. If you wanted to, you could open up Gimp and then File Open and navigate back. But I think it's much easier to go to the folder. Okay. Now, let's open up a toolbox. So you go to Windows, New Toolbox, or Control B. Does everybody have a toolbox open? Thumbs up if you have a toolbox open. Why don't you guys have an image right here? Do you guys have an image? What's that? What do you need help with? What's that? You have to know where you save things at. You guys are the controller of your program. So make that folder and then make sure you save it into that folder. Okay? So I'm going to open up a toolbox. If it's not open, I'll do that again. Windows, New Toolbox. Thumbs up if you know how to open up a toolbox. Okay. We're going to need this today, so let's go ahead and do this also. Let's go to Windows again. Windows. Go to Dockable Dialogues this time. It's the second one down. And over here on the right-hand side, you should get a menu come up. Click on Layers. Or you can hit Control-L. I can't remember all that stuff. I don't worry about all that stuff. You with me? So I just know that I'm going to Windows every time. Okay? So I usually put my layers on my right, and I put my toolbox on my left. I have no idea why I do that, but that's how I like it. You guys can put it wherever you want. Okay. Now, there is a tool up here, the little lasso. So here we are in Gimp. I have a new image. I'm going to go to Windows, New Toolbox. And I'm going to go to Windows, Dockable Dialogues, Layers. Who has those both menus open? Thumbs up. All right. So we want to cut Peyton Manning out of here so we don't see the background, so we can have a transparent Peyton Manning in our app. You guys with me on this? Okay. Do I have the rights to this picture? Could I sell this app if I put Peyton Manning in there? No. We don't have the rights to this. Okay. That's a cool picture. So figure out what you want to cut out. So I'm going to go to this. Actually, I like both of these. I like the scissors tool or the free select tool. Did you guys see those in the top left-hand corner? Click on one of them. Now, it's very important that you guys have a brain here and you figure out what is your first point. You with me? It's very important that you understand in your brain, where did I start? Because if you don't come back to that first point and come to a full circle, this will not work and you're going to keep selecting all over the place. Okay? So I click on free select, and then down here, I'm going to start at this very bottom left orange part of his shirt. You guys see that? And I'm going to start clicking. And that is going to allow me to cut out this part of Peyton Manning. Okay, this takes some little skill work. And then you go around the football. And you can click more if you want. You can go around his fingers. And just kind of relax, have a cup of coffee. You guys can't have coffee in class, so. But this is where you just kind of just go right around here. You cut out his. And then the scissors really does the same thing, but it'll start to automatically like bend around the colors for you. So if you, sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I can get a cleaner cut with my free select tool. Okay, everybody see what I'm doing? And I just kind of click around his helmet. And then at the end, I'm going to show you how to add transparencies so that all this background stuff will not be there. Thumbs up if you understand what I'm doing. Okay? So you just kind of go through there, take your time, click around the image, and then here I am, I'm ready to come back to the beginning, and I click on the original dot that I started with. You got my favorite NBA player there. That's who I should have done. Seth Curry. Stephon Curry. Bad to the bone. I love him. Thumbs up when you have your image surrounded by a cutout. Start at that point. You good? Okay. Now watch this. I'm going to go up to select, invert. I selected Peyton Manning, but what I really want is what's outside of Peyton Manning. So I'm going to hit select invert. I'm going to hit delete. And now the entire background is cut out. Select. There's a select menu right next to edit. Do you see it? Go to select invert and hit delete. Thumbs up if you got rid of your background. If you didn't, just hit Control Z. If you messed up, go to select invert, delete. Look at that. See, do I want to delete Peyton Manning there? Is that what I wanted to do there? No. So I hit Control Z, and now I hit select invert. I want everything outside of Peyton Manning. So now I hit delete, and now I get rid of the background. Okay? And now, you see how there's a lot of white space in here? So I like to crop this. I can go over here and crop it. And I just double click, and it cuts that down to size. Okay? And now all we need to do is get rid of the white background. And I've showed you how to do this before, right, this year? Okay? So now this is where we use our layers tool. I'm going to go over to my little Peyton Manning image inside of my layers tool. I'm going to right click on Peyton Manning in the layers tool. I'm going to hit add alpha channel. And now there is a checkerboard behind the screen. I can't see it yet, but it's behind there. And now I go to my color picker, and we may have problems because you guys see where it highlights his like colors. It's going to delete that, and I don't want that. Okay, so let me show you how to do this. Control Z. Okay. What I might have to do here is go ahead and click out, and just a lot of times if you want to just get it to rest and go back to a default mode, click on this select tool at the very top and just click in the gray. And then I can select this whole thing. And I now can go to my paint can and pour in, like, let's go get a real weird color like red. I don't see red in here anywhere. Do you guys see red in here anywhere? I don't see red. So I'm going to pour in red there. See how I did that? So now he's filled with red. Now I can go over here, add alpha channel, color pick the red, and it will only delete the red. See what I did? So that's kind of a tricky, that's a nice little trick to learn that, you know, I just want Peyton Manning. And I don't want to get rid of that white in his uniform. And because the background was white before, it would delete all the white in your image. You guys with me on that? And now it's very important that you learn how to save this. Do you guys remember how to save something in Gimp? Yes? File, export as, and we'll say this is Peyton. Is Peyton P-A-Y, P-E-Y? P-E? Anybody know? Is it P-E or P-A? I think it's P-E. Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl 50 .png. And then I hit export. And make sure your save color values from transparency pixels is off. You hit export again. And now I am ready to insert Peyton Manning into my app. So I could go back here, sign into my MIT App Inventor, and we'll just go back to that last app that we created where the ball was bouncing around the screen. And remember, the ball was an image, right? So I'm just going to replace that ball image with Peyton Manning. So now Peyton Manning's bouncing around the screen. Okay, so I go to sound decision, period 1. And this isn't going to look very good. But now what I can do is just get rid of this gentleman here, and I can upload Peyton Manning to the app. And there's PT, PM, Peyton Manning. Hit OK. And there's Peyton Manning. Now, Peyton Manning's probably huge, right? Okay. So you might want to say, okay, make this 60. And there's Peyton right there. Now I have Peyton inside of my game. Now, while I have you here, let me just show you one more thing that I do sometimes in Gimp. Okay. So I'm going to go back to Gimp. Let's see, how many pixels is this? So if I would drag something around here, okay, let's just drag a box around Peyton Manning. If you look down here at the bottom, this is 834 by 706 pixels. That is huge. You with me? Huge. Okay, so what you can do is use a scale tool. Right underneath my scalpel is a scale tool, S-C-A-L-E, scale. And you can scale this down to size. That's what it means. And I can drag this. Do you see how I'm shrinking Peyton Manning? Okay, I hit scale, There's Peyton scaled down to size. And now I'm going to use my favorite tool again, my crop tool. I go over, crop Peyton Manning. And now Peyton Manning is what? Like, let's go figure out how big Peyton is now. Peyton is now 186 by 192. Much, much smaller than the 800. Okay? See what I did? All right. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helps. And now if I wanted to, I could go File, Export As, and I could just go over top that Peyton Manning, replace it, and export. And let's see what this one looks like. You probably won't tell a difference inside of your app. So if I would go ahead, do you guys know how to delete media files? So you go right here and you hit delete. And now it doesn't have a picture in there. So I upload a picture, choose a file. There's Peyton, PT. And there he is. Okay. Now that's like normal size there. Okay. So I go into 60. And there he is. You're not going to tell a lot of difference between your human eye, but this now would take less memory. Okay. And we need to know that because MIT, since we're using their server, they're only going to allow us to use so much memory. And what will happen is, you guys don't have this problem right now, but when you go ahead and try to build this and make an APK out of it, so if you want to send this app to you're ready to send it to the Play Store, you're done with it, and you want to start making money off of it now, which you can't do because you have Peyton Manning in here, but let's just imagine with me that you're finished with this app. All you do is you go to Build, APK, and it would build it on your machine. It would download to your machine. And what that is that's a zip file. Does everybody know what zip files are? When you WinZip and use WinZip to open them, and it compresses the memory files. It packages it in like a small little capsule, and then you can just send that capsule over to the App Store. Boom, you're ready to go. So that's it. All you do is you go to Build, App, APK to my computer, and it would download this to my computer. Okay? You guys with me here? All right. And that's it. So that's a lot of Gimp work today, and that's how you get a transparent image into your screen. Hope this helps.